you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. I'm an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a life path guide and mentor here to help you along your awakening journey so you can co-create the life of your dreams. And in this video, we are going to do pick a sign. So I have a list of 111 signs that you know the manifestation is on the way. So what we're going to do is I am going to pick 3. So I'm just going to take my finger, I'm going to hold up the paper, and I'm going to randomly land on a number, and I'm going to read the sign to you, and then I'm going to explain what happens right before your manifestation is about to arrive when you're seeing this sign. What does it all mean? What is the universe telling you? Okay, I thought this would be really fun. I went back and rewatched all of my sign videos, and I have 111. How magical is that number? So this is going to be a fun little series. Let me know if you like it after this video. Comment below and say, yes, I love this video. I want more of it. If you're kind of like, just don't comment at all. Or give me constructive criticism. Give me some feedback. So there's so many signs that the universe can send us, and each one does mean a different thing. It means that we're in a certain phase of the manifestation coming. So just like the DoorDash order or maybe an Amazon order, you know how you get the email that the order has been placed, the order is being prepared, or it's being shipped, the order has arrived. So each one of those messages, those notifications, are kind of like these signs. Each of these signs is an indicator of where the package is. Okay, so that's why I created all of those videos, because it's so important to understand this so that you can kind of chill out and just relax and know that it's coming. You know, when you place a DoorDash order, you know the food is coming. You're not sitting around going, do I need to go talk to the chef? Is the driver going to get it? I don't know. You just trust. So the same thing with manifesting. You are literally placing it in your imagination. You're seeing what you want. The universe gets that order. And then the next day, you're acting as if it's already here. You're walking in faith, and you know it's going to show up at your door. And then it's just a matter of time. But then these signs are telling you where your package is, if it's in transit, if it's still being prepared. Okay. So let's get started. I'm going to start with page 1. Page 1 has 1 to 51. So I wish, maybe I should do this live one day, but I was going to say, I wish that you guys could pick a number and then I could read off that sign, but maybe we could do a little telepathy right now. Maybe you guys can see if you know what I'm going to pick. All right. So numbers 1 through 51. I'm going to hold this up. All right. Where do we want to land? Right here. Number 40. So shout out to anybody if they picked 40. It says, you don't need it anymore. Okay, so when we're manifesting and we get to that phase where we're kind of like, I don't really need it. It's not really exciting to think about anymore. That's literally your days away from the manifestation, because it's out for delivery. When you get to that point, you have completely let go. You're in the state of already having it. You're moving on as if you don't want it anymore. And it almost just feels like not desirable too. It's not even like you already have it. It's just like you don't want it. And this happens to me so many different times, especially when I meet new people to date. Right before I meet new people, I always say, like, I don't want a partner, or I don't want a boyfriend, or I don't want to have to answer to somebody, or, fit them into my schedule and stuff. And then that's when they drop in. So think about your manifestation that way. When you don't want it anymore, that's usually you're like days away. You're literally at the point where you're like, okay, my energy has released the grip on it, and that's when it usually arrives. Okay, let's pick another one. Let's go to page 2. Page 2 is the second half. Actually, no, page 2 is 52 to 100. And then the last page is 100 to 111. Okay, so 52 to 100. Ready? Here we go. This is so fun. Number 69. Okay, remove items from the past. Okay, so when you find yourself unconsciously going through your house and you're like, oh, I want to get rid of this, I want to get rid of that. You're in a junk drawer one day and you're seeing it's kind of messy, so you start to clean it, and then all of a sudden you're on like a cleaning binge. You're in your closet, you're in your downstairs living room, and you're just getting rid of anything that doesn't feel good, or like this one says, from your past. So I guess it was last winter, I took all of my journals out of my closet and I burned them all on a new moon burn ceremony. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks later, I received $25,000. So I was telling the universe, I don't want this old energy in my house anymore. I want to get rid of all of those journals that hold sadness, that hold grief. They hold happiness too, but when we transition, we don't take those things with us. So I don't need to keep those journals just sitting in my closet. Yes, it might be cool to revisit one day, but how often did I really do it? They were from 15, 20 years ago. They were probably a span of a 10-year cycle of me writing and writing and writing, which I'm always writing. But I burned them all and I got money afterwards. So it's so awesome to see how when you are seeing the sign and you see yourself unconsciously being drawn, like I didn't burn my journals for the purpose of manifesting. I unconsciously did it. And that's how you know that something is coming. So I'm here to report back to you to let you know, like I received $25,000 after I did that big burn. So what can you let go of consciously to then manifest? So now you can take action and tell the universe, hey, I don't want this old energy in my house. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm creating space, energetic space for you to drop something in. Like if you look at my little poof back here in that chair, if I were to take those two items out of my house, the universe sees that I just opened up the floor over there. And it's like, all right, Michelle's energy, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's my house, my car, my clothing. The energy is just now open. So when the universe sees an opening, it then has more space to bring you what you've been thinking about. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, our final one, we'll go to 101 to 111. So pick a number between 101 and 111. 106. Okay, not settling, revamping your dream. So when we get to a certain point where, this is a really good example. Say, this is what this sign means. Say you go to your friend's house, right? And they just got a brand new house and it is almost exactly what you want for your dream house. And you're there and you're like, oh my gosh, I want those countertops. I want this, I want that. But then you're in the house like for more than an hour or two, and you're kind of like, I don't think I want it anymore. You're like, I think I want to change my mind. I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way it feels. So the universe, this is a huge sign your manifestation is coming. The universe puts you somewhere else because it knows that you're not going to like that countertop or you're not going to like that setup in that home. So it's going to put you there because you keep imagining it every single night. And the universe is like, you're not going to like this. We're not going to send you that. So it brings you to another environment so that you can experience what you really want. So that's why I wrote down revamping. So you come back home to the drawing board and you're like, okay, now what do I really want? If I don't want that, let's expand me. Let's instead say, universe, you know what's best for me. I don't even know. You just showed me that what I thought I wanted isn't what I wanted. So how about you take over? Universe, bring me exactly what I would be the happiest in. And you revamp the dream and you write it in your journal, you imagine it, and you just imagine the universe. Maybe instead of, if you don't have an imaginal act now, maybe you can just imagine yourself pulling up in the driveway and being so excited and being like, oh my God, the universe totally hooked me up. That could be your imaginal act instead of the countertop and the layout of the house. Maybe don't think about those things. Okay. So this is a huge sign that your manifestation is on the way, is when you're revamping it. You're quickly being redirected and you're like, oh man. So it could also be if you're dating somebody and you thought that's what you wanted and you realize, oh my gosh, that's not what I wanted. So you let go of the partnership. That's when somebody new comes in, is because you're letting go and creating space. Okay. So don't forget these 3 signs. Super, super fun. I love doing this. I'm going to do more of it just because I like doing it and I like seeing what's going to come up. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about, which is how I love to create my videos. I never script anything. Everything is in a flow state. And my right ear is ringing as I'm saying that, or it's kind of like humming, like it's not ringing. It's kind of like the sound goes off, that feeling. So I know my guides and angels, I'm clairsentient. So I feel things. So they're saying, yep, we like this idea. You just flow. And they're saying, let us speak through you. So I'm definitely going to do this more. Thank you so much for watching. And if you need help, now that you know that I have 111 signs, if you are wondering, if you're missing signs, or if you're not understanding the journey, or you just don't understand how the universe works, I just said in my head, I'm a pro at it. But I'm not a pro, but I'm obsessed with learning about it. Every night before bed, I'm watching videos about maybe listening to Florence Scovel Shinn, Neville Goddard. I just can't get enough of learning about how we can see something in here and it literally materializes in weeks. You can manifest anything in weeks. And I just like learning about it. I like hearing the stories. My favorite thing is listening to books where they just say story after story. And Florence Scovel Shinn, she was the type of woman where people would come to her in the 1920s and they would ask for treatment. They would say, could you treat me with your word? And she would speak the word over them and say, infinite supply of abundance, please bring this person money by Wednesday. We know you'll bring it in the most perfect fashion. We won't control the outcome. We are open to receiving your generous love. Of course, she says it in a way more formal way back in the 20s. But listening to her book, it's just story after story, how people would come to her, they would get treated, and then she would get letters in the mail because obviously they don't have cell phones. She would get letters in the mail of people saying, your word worked. Everybody needs to know about this magic. You are so magical. And nowadays, if she was living during this time, she would be teaching people how to do it. She wouldn't be the one treating them. She was teaching them how to do it, but they were thinking that they need her to do it, but they could just do it themselves. So I love learning and teaching about this. So if you need help, book a session with me. Sometimes just one call is all you need to slip you back into alignment, to understand your reality and why your movie is not producing the results that you want it to produce. And people aren't acting the certain way that you want them to act. I can help you with all of that. All right, lovies. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you for supporting me and my channel. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. Peace out.